Hello everyone, so now let's do one more lab for the ASA Firewall. I hope you remember in our previous class we discussed how we can configure OSPF, AIGRP, different routing protocol we learn already. Now what we are going to do, we are going to learn how we can configure the floating static route. Okay, so what we will do, let me take one ASA Firewall. Okay, this one I will take, and I will take, imagine you have two ISP. Okay, I will take two ISP. Let me take this one, quantity 2. I will say I have two ISP. Just I am taking the example just to show you the what I can say, how we can configure the floating static. You can take ISP or anything, no issue, or you can take the two routes, but anyhow I am taking the ISP1, ISP2 like that. Just I am creating one scenario. Okay, so if you see here what we done, we have one ASA firewall. It is connected to one ISP and another interface is connected to another ISP. In the real scenario you will not have only one ASA firewall. In the real scenario we are not going to terminate the two ISP in only single firewall. We will have the two firewall, because if we are using the ISP2 connection, because if this link fail, our traffic should go this way. That's why we are using the dual ISP, two ISP. But imagine if this firewall fail, then no use. So in the real scenario what you will have, you will have one more firewall. You can terminate this ISP1 in this firewall and you can terminate the ISP2 in this firewall, and we can run depending upon our, what we can say, different configuration like active, standby, like that. Okay, but now just we need to learn how we can configure the floating static route. So generally what is the meaning of floating static? Imagine let me take one scenario here. See here, I am saying this is a ASA firewall. I have one router here. I connected here like this. Okay, maybe this is E0, E1, this interface, and this one is E0 by 0 and E0 by 1. So we will configure static route. Maybe you have the internet here. We can say 8.8.8.8 is a ISP. This is the internet. So your traffic can go from this link, okay, this above link like this, to this loopback, or from this way also. Any one way they can take. If the both are having the same AD value, then they will take the both path. They will do the load balancing. One packet will go from here, one packet will go from here. So what we will do, we will increase the AD value. Example, by default static route AD value is 1. Okay, so I will keep here 10. So this will become as a backup route. If anything go wrong with this interface, then this will come in the routing table. Okay, what I mean, when we configure this static route with the AD value 1 and the another static route AD value 10, means I am saying that if anyone want to go to 8.8.8, forward the traffic here. Okay, again I am saying if anyone want to go to 8.8.8, forward the traffic here. So both will come. This route will come with both what we can say, both link. If one link go down, the automatically traffic will go with the other link. If we increase the AD value, if we keep the same AD value, both will come in the routing table and they will do the load balancing. So what we need to come only one at a time. That's why we increase the AD value. That is known as floating static route. Floating static route. So we will do the lab, so you will have the idea. So what we will do here, we will increase the AD value. So only one route come in the routing table. After that, when we will have any issue with this link, this route will remove from the routing table. This will come. Okay, we are going to see that one. No need to worry. We will do here now. Let me start the devices. Let me power on the device and write the IP schema. So I will start the ASA firewall. I will start the ISP1, ISP2 also. And let me write the IP schema here. I will write here whatever IP schema we are going to use, 192.168.12. Okay, 12.0/24. I will keep this side. and the below we will use here 21. We can take anything. I am taking this IP schema. Your wish, whatever you want to use, you can use. Okay, and here what we will do, we will create here, we will say this is a internet. Okay, we will create the loopback 0 8.8.8.8. ISP1 is also having the same loopback, ISP2 is also having the same loopback, like this way. Let me take the console of the router and the firewall, and we are going to configure. So let me take this one, R1, that is ISP1, ISP2, ASA Firewall, it is starting. Okay, let go here, router is started. So let's do the configuration in the router. So basic configuration I will do what I am doing here. Let me move this here so you can see the topology also. Okay, this way we will do. Okay, like this. Let me do here. Okay, so let's do, till the firewall come up, we will do the basic configuration. I will write enable config t. Okay, we will change the name. I will give the name this one as a ISP1. Okay, host name is ISP1. After that, what we will do, we will assign the IP address. So if you see interface E0 by 0, this one I am saying, this one E0 by 0, I will write here IP address what we plan 192.168.12.2. okay, 12.1 will be firewall will have that one, and 12.2 will be ISP will have that one. Okay, here 12.1 we will have in the ASA firewall, 12.2 will be in the router interface, and I will create loopback also here for the router. The ISP1 I am saying loopback 0. I will write IP address 8.8.8.8 and I will give 255.0.0.0. okay, no need to write no shut because logical interface are always up. If you want to check, we will write show IP interface brief just to check the interface status. If you see here, okay, this interface and this one, just now what I configure. Let me go to the ISP2 and do the same configuration. Enable config t, host name ISP2, and then interface for E0 by 0, IP address 192.168.21.2, 255.255.255.0. I will write here no shut. Okay, then we will write to interface loopback 0, IP address, same thing I will do 8.8.8 255.0.0.0. okay, no shut, no need to write also because already this is up. I can save this one. I can write show IP route, show IP interface brief. So we have up, and also I will create the reverse route also. If you want, I can say if anyone want to go 0.0. I can say to the ISP1 because we are not configuring the NAT, still we did not learn the NAT. So what I can do, I can create the default route here. If anyone want to go 0.0.0, forward that all traffic here, like this I can configure. So whatever traffic we are sending, that traffic can come back here. Okay, so let me do that one also. Later when we configure NAT, no need for that one, but now I am doing that one. Okay, I will write IP route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0. I am doing in the ISP1. okay, forward the traffic to 192.168.12.1. what I am saying, whatever traffic you are getting, forward that here. Let me copy the same thing and then go to ISP2. I will go here and I will paste, but here what we will do, we will write here 21, right? Instead of 12 we will write 21, this one. Okay, IP route this one. So let's see now, show IP route, default route you have. Why I created default route? Because whenever we are sending the traffic, we should have the reverse route. If we don't have reverse routing, traffic will not come back. In real scenario, you will have the NAT configuration, so no need to do the reverse routing, but still we did not discuss the NAT. That's why we are doing the reverse routing. So ISP1, ISP2 configuration is done, basic configuration. Now let's go to the ASA firewall and do the configuration in the ASA firewall. In the ASA firewall, what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to assign the IP address. After that, we are going to put one fix command to allow the ping in the ASA firewall, because by default ping is blocked in the ASA firewall. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to configure the static root with two different AD value. Okay, let's do. You will understand, no issue. So first of all, let me go to the interface. I will write interface ETH0 IP address. Okay, I am assigning the IP address 192.168.12.1. If you don't want to give subnet mask, without subnet mask also it will ASA firewall will accept, because we are using the classful IP. So just press enter. After that, we need to give the name. If you can give any name, I will write primary, because we are creating this what we can say, this link as a primary. So I will write primary. So they set the security level as a, what we can say, security level they put as a 0. If you want to increase security level, you can increase, no issue. Okay, if you want to increase, we can increase also. I hope you remember that before, as we are doing security level as 100, I increase. Even if you did not increase, no issue. So first interface we done the IP address. Now we need to do the second interface, ETH1. Okay, I will write no shirt, and then I will write IP address, whatever the IP we plan 192.168.21.1. okay, this one. After that, we will write name if. Okay, name if secondary. We will give secondary because this is a secondary link. Okay, security level it came. If you want to increase or change, you can change. Example, if you want to give 100, you can give 100 also. So what we done, we just assign the IP address, and also if you want to check, you can write show interface IP brief. So you can check, we have the two interface, this E0 by 0. Here E0 by 0 is having this 12.1, E1, that is E0 is having 12.1, E1 is having 21.1. Okay, and also let me put one command here, fix up protocol ICMP. Okay, because by default ICMP is not allowed in the ASA firewall. So I wrote this command so it will allow. After that, what we will do now, we are going to configure the static floating route. Okay, so first of all, let me show you. I will write show route. You can check here, we don't have anything in the routing table. If you want to ping directly, you can ping. If I write ping 192.168.12.1, it will work. Okay, 12.1 will work, and 21.1 also. Sorry, I need to write 2 here because ISP is having 2. Let me show you here also 2. See here what I am saying. If I am pinging the directly connected IP, this one and this one, it will work, no issue. But if I ping this one, it will not work. Okay, this one not work. Why? Because still we don't have any route for this one. Here, if you check in the routing table, it is not present. Let me show you. Here we don't have anything about 8.8.8 in the routing table. Okay, so we need to do that one. So what I can do the floating static route. So how we can do that one in the ASA firewall, we are going to learn that one. We will write here in the ASA firewall. Okay, in the ASA firewall you can write the floating static route, or you can use the RIP and floating static route. Your wish. We can do this floating static route. You can create 2 static route and increase AD value for 1 and keep the default value for 1, or you can configure RIP RIP, and also you can configure the static route and increase the AD value. So these options are available. Your wish which one you want. So let me do the, what we can say, static routes. How we will configure? We will write the route. Okay, we will write the route, then give the interface name. We write primary, right? So we will give the name, whatever name we give, primary. I am saying root primary, then I will write the network ID. What is the network ID? 8.0.0.0. Okay, I am writing this one. After that 255.0.0.0. Next hop is this one, whatever the hop, 12.2. So I will write here 192.168.12.2. Okay, did you understand or any confusion? Let me repeat again what I am saying here. See here, I am standing here and I need to create the static route. So for this loop back. So how we will create? In the router we will write IP route like this, IP route, and whatever the network ID, example this 8, so we will write 8.8.8.0.0.0. network ID we will write, and then wildcard mask and next hop. So this is the next hop. Here IP is this one, 12.2. So I configure. I did not put any value here. If I did not put anything here, means by default we will have 1. So this is a primary, so I did not increase the value. So by default this route is going to come in the routing table. Now what I am going to configure? I am going to configure the other thing, other ISP. Okay, so here if you see here, I will give, instead of 12 I can give here 21. Okay, and here I need to give the AD value. If I press question mark, you can see I can give the AD value. By default you have 1, so I need to give more than 1. If I try to give the same thing, it will not accept. It is accepted. Okay, I did not change the value here. If you see, to 21.2 I give here and 12.2. so you have the 2 route in the routing table. Let me show you. Show route. If you see in the ASA Firewall, you have the 2 route. If you check here, if anyone want to go to this 8 network, they can go with this one or this one. Okay, I done one mistake also here. Let me correct. When we are doing this one, when we are doing the configuration, we should not write the primary, because interface name we are writing. So one should be primary, one should be secondary. What I done here, I wrote root primary 8.8.8.0.0 255.0.0.0 should go here, we are saying. And so this is going this way. And now we have another interface. This is a secondary, as we give the name of this interface as a secondary. So I need to write here secondary. So I did not write secondary here. That's why it is accepted. So we need to correct that one. So what I will do, first of all, let me copy this one from here and go here and write here no, and then I will paste. So it is removed now. What I will do now, I will go here, I will change this as a secondary. Okay, I will write, okay, I write here secondary, and let me remove this no now. After that, when I press enter, you will get this error. What we are getting here error? Because already we configured this route. Okay, already with the same AD value we configure. This route we configure by AD value 1. And when we are trying to configure this one also, AD value 1, the same destination, it will not accept. In the ASA Firewall, it will not accept. Okay, what I am saying, if anyone want to go to this network, use the ID value 1, and if anyone want to go to this network, use the ID value as 1, means they will do the load balancing, but it will not work in the ASA Firewall. That's why we are getting this error. If you see here, conflict, okay, cannot add the route entry, conflict with the existing route. So what we need to do, increase the ID value. Here if I write here 10, it will accept. See, it is taken that one, because I increase the ID value. How I increase? Just I write the 10. So now if you see, if anyone want to go from here like this, AD value is 1. If anyone want to go like this, AD value is 10. So now firewall is taken. But if you check in the routing table, this will not come, because AD value is high and this is low. So this route will come in the routing table. Let's see now. If I write here show route, you can see only one is coming now. This one only. Okay, this is the primary is coming now. Why? Because primary is having the ID value 1. If you see this one, if anything go wrong, if this interface go down, example this interface go down, or this interface or this interface, any one interface go down, then automatically this route will come with the ID value 10. We will see that one. So now you can ping here. I will write here ping 8.8.8.8 and check here, it is working. Okay, If you see here, it is working 5 out of 5 when I do ping 8.8.8. And traffic is going from where? Traffic is going this way because we have this information in the routing table. Now what I will do, I will make this interface done. Okay, I will make this interface done. So let's do, I will go here, interface ETH0, I will write here shut, and you can check in the routing table what is the value of the AD value. If you see, if anyone want to go to 8.network, AD value changed to 10, they can forward the traffic here 21.2. so this is a 21.1 here, and this one is a 21.2. so what we are saying, we are getting this value. And if you want to ping, you can ping also. Example, I will write ping 8.8.8, it is working. So what I want to show you that in we have ISP1, ISP2, both ISPs are working. We assign the IP address here, we assign the IP here, IP here, IP here, and this we assign here, this IP we assign here. We give the name, this one as a primary, we give this interface name as a secondary, and we configure if anyone want to go to this network, forward that to this IP with the ID value 1. We configure the static route. Same thing, we configure the static route. If anyone want to go to this 8.8.8 network, forward that to this IP, that is 21.2 with AD value 10. So when this interface go down, automatically this route will remove from the routing table and this route will come. Okay, so this one we learn what we can say, we learn the floating static. In simple, you can define by changing the ID value to keep as a backup route, static route, that is known as floating static route. In your own words, you can define, already we learn in a CCNA, CCNP, floating static route is route that has high AD value than the current route in the routing table. You can define this way. The floating static route are very useful when providing a backup to a primary link. Like this, you can define in your own words. Okay, I hope you understand the concept. Simple, but now in the real scenario you will have the switch here. Okay, for lab we did not take a switch. In the real scenario you will have mux or demux or switch here in this place. So when this interface, when this link is connected to switch like this, and this, even if this interface go down, switch will think this link will not go down because static route is not reliable. Static route is not reliable. So what we can say, even if this link go down, this switch will not track that one. Firewall will think my interface is up and he will forward the traffic to this switch. Okay, what I am saying, this is in the real scenario you will have one switch or mux or demux. Your firewall interface will connect to mux or demux or switch. Okay, and from switch you will have the connection to the ISP like this. An issue, what issue you will have here, this switch link, the link which is coming from the firewall, it is always up. Even if this link go down, this will be up because they are connected directly here. So problem, what problem you will have just now, when this interface go down or you have any issue, automatically this route is removing from the routing table. But now this interface is done, but you have the switch in between, so this link look like same. So this ASA firewall will think this link is up and he will not remove this route from the routing table and he will not insert this route in the routing table. To overcome these types of issue, we will use IP SLA. We will configure the IP SLA. So with that one we will track, we will send the ping command or we will send some traffic. If we are not getting the reply, we will think something wrong with this link and this link will remove from the routing table and you will have this link. Okay, so in our next class we are going to discuss that one, IP SLA. What I am saying, in the real scenario you will have the mux or demux in between the ISP and your firewall, or you will have the switch. So when you have the switch, the problem, the link from the firewall to the switch always up, but the link from the ISP to the switch is, even if it is down, this link will not go down. Okay, so we will have the issue. to overcome these types of issue, we will go for IPSLA. So in our next class, we are going to learn how we can configure the IPSLA. Okay, because a static route is unreliable. A static route is unreliable. We cannot rely on the static route, because a static route will be up only even if this link go down. Anyhow, you will understand, no issue. In our next class, we are going to discuss that one. See you. Thank you. Bye.